everybody, happy Monday. If you're new, welcome to LaurenSchenellTV. My name is Lauren Schenell, and if you like the video and you're on YouTube, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and if you're on Facebook, like and share. So let's get into it. So first I want to start by apologizing. I know it's been about a month since you've seen my face on camera, and man, this semester is really giving me a run for my money. Whew. But I actually just got a bit of a break with my work, and I decided this was the perfect time to record. And for this week, I kind of want to focus on the word insecurity. And just so we have a working definition, I'm going to use how Google defines insecurity. And so Google defines insecurity as uncertainty or anxiety about oneself, lack of confidence. And so I think we can all agree that we've had moments in our lives where we felt insecure or not as sure of ourselves as we'd like to. And for me, I've definitely had moments where my confidence has fluctuated. It's gone up, it's gone down. But now I think I figured out a way to really target the things that make me feel insecure and work through them and conquer them, I guess. And that's what this video is about, is sharing my experiences and how I cope or how I handle my insecurities. So I hope you like it and I hope it's helpful. So the first thing that I want to talk about is one insecurity that I had, or that I've had and I've been dealing with since I was small, and it was my smile. And for the longest time, I could have sworn that my smile was way too big, or it was not cute, and I would not do it, smiling with my teeth. And the ironic thing is, my dad was a photographer for over 20 years. And so I grew up getting my picture taken. So I think it was around middle school when I actually really began to not like what I looked like. And I remember being teased. Kids used to make fun of my lips and they would call them really big, and I've been compared to Jay-Z, and I just want to say I have nothing against Jay-Z at all. Being compared to Jay-Z or a monkey, and I started to internalize those things and I started to believe them. And so up until maybe my senior year, I would do this like really not cute tight-lipped smile that would make me look all stuffy like this one. And the thing is, I developed a phobia of getting my picture taken. Like, I hated getting my picture taken because that meant I would have to smile. And so I think it wasn't until my senior year of high school, was prom, that I decided that, whatever I look like is what I look like, and I'm not going to keep fighting myself or denying who I really am because of something that somebody might have said like 6 years ago. And in the beginning, it was hard. I chose prom, of all occasions, to start this new journey of mine. And the way that I got through it was, I said, well, listen, Lauren, like, God has made you this way. This is the body that you've been given and the face that you've been given, and you're gonna have to live with it for the rest of your life. So it's better to fall in love with yourself and to love yourself than to spend the rest of your life being miserable because you can't accept what you look like. It's ridiculous. And so a tactic that I used, I would act as if I was laughing in photos, and that always helps with generate a natural looking smile, and it actually captures me being joyful and happy, because when you get down to it, I'm a very happy, joyful person. And so that tight lip, tense smile that I have been doing for years wasn't a true representation of who I was anyway. It was a representation of my anxiety and my insecurity of what I look like, and that's not cool. So another thing that I wanted to talk about is my hair. For those of you who don't know, I used to have like maybe shoulder length hair. It was pretty long, and I cut it junior year. For the longest time, in addition to not liking my smile and being insecure about that, I thought my hair was the only beautiful thing about me. I know that's kind of crazy, right? And so junior year, I decided that I was going to like take a step towards self-love, and I cut my hair. It wasn't, I'll put a picture in so you can see how much It was a drastic cut for me back then because I was used to having, hair that I get curled and it would hang and I could, swivel my neck and all that cool stuff. But and it was big for my family too, because at that point everyone had long hair, or everyone was working on growing their hair, and cutting their hair wasn't a thing for us. We adored, we praised long hair. And I think that's another thing that we should target. All hair is beautiful, no matter how long or how short it is, but that's a side note. So I cut my hair, and that year I allowed it to grow back out. And by my senior year, I was really like jumping into the deep end when it came to self-love, and I cut all of my hair off, like all of it, for prom. And it looked like this, and people were like, whoa, what is that? And for me, it was more so I didn't know what I was gonna look like, and I was just like, you know what, if you're committing to loving yourself and all of who you are and what you look like, then you need to prove it. So I had to prove it to myself. Like, I challenged myself, so I had to prove it to myself. So I cut off the one thing that I thought made me beautiful and gave me value, and I haven't looked back since. I've fallen in love with who I am, with how I look like, and I will say oftentimes I do struggle with being insecure, like the picture thing. Pictures still freak me out a little bit. I know that's weird because here I am sitting in front of a camera, like talking, to you about me. But it's a constant struggle, and I fight it every day. And I think one thing that really helps me is a scripture that I found a lot of comfort in, and I'm actually going to read it. I have reading Psalms 139, the NIV, New International Version, and I'm going to read verses 13 through 16. And it says, "For you created my inmost being, and you knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." And so basically, the scripture talks about how God knew us before we, even knew ourselves, and He knows everything about us, and He created us. And for me, what that says is, as a Christian, I believe that all things that God does are intentional, and everything that He creates is wonderful. And if I am something or a person that He created, and I believe that He lives in me, then how am I doubting myself? Why should I doubt myself and not think that I'm wonderful if God created me and He thinks I'm wonderful? And so when I'm feeling very insecure and a little low confidence, I say, wait a minute, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. God created me in His image, and so I need to get it together and act as if I know where and who I come from. And so that usually helps me, get it together when I'm, struggling with confidence. And so I just want to say that nothing is too big or too small that can bother you. We're human. We're allowed to be insecure, but we're not allowed to fester and stay in it. So the way that I'm fighting my insecurities, you can do it too. And remember that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. God bless. Bye, guys.